What is digital onboarding? Digital onboarding is the process of acquiring a new customer to a new company or subscribing a new user to a new service remotely, typically using a user's mobile device. How to do digital onboarding? The main purpose of the digital or customer, if you wish, onboarding process is to verify a customer's identity remotely, i.e., verify if the client is who they claim to be. For users these days, that basically means taking 2 pictures with their smartphone of their ID or passport and their selfie. What is required for digital onboarding? The digital onboarding process usually requires some type of identification or authentication from the customer to prove they are who they say they are. This may include personal data like an email address, birthday, or social security number. What are the benefits of digital onboarding? The main benefits of digital onboarding are that it saves time and money while increasing customer satisfaction and engagement. Organizations no longer need to print paperwork or take long phone calls to complete the onboarding process, as everything can be done digitally in a matter of minutes. What are the risks of digital onboarding? In addition to impersonation fraud risk, other risks associated with the use of digital channels include cybersecurity and data security. The risk profile of a customer onboarded via digital channels differs from that of a customer onboarded in a branch due to the risk of impersonation fraud. KYC, Know Your Customer, related practices are especially relevant in user and client relationships with businesses and are the first step in a customer relationship with a company. Its importance in relation to customer onboarding, its relationship with identity fraud and AML controls, as well as its regulatory standards, make Know Your Customer, or KYC, one of the main challenges that companies and institutions face. That is why more and more companies are investing in KYC software that achieves requirements set by the different KYC compliance regulations. What does KYC stand for? KYC's full form is Know Your Customer. It is a practice carried out by companies to verify the identity of their clients in compliance with legal requirements and current laws and regulations such as AML, anti-money laundering, GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation, and IDES, Electronic Identification and Trust Services. The extensive use of new technologies and the internet makes it necessary to define standards that help fight online fraud. That is why the KYC procedure responds to a legal and global imperative for any type of business that wants to onboard a user as a client. Although digital KYC processes have been a reality for years, and the leading sector companies already had KYC partners for their customer acquisition processes that were working to optimize their processes and reduce their acquisition costs. Having a long-term Know Your Customer partner now is making the difference between a viable business or one doomed to disappearance. eKYC Electronic Know Your Customer is the automated process through which companies can perform customer identity verification digitally. eKYC is an alternative to the traditional process that requires physical documents. How safe is eKYC? As customer identity verification is of prime importance, the UIDI, Unique Identification Authority of India, has only permitted select organizations and agents to carry out eKYC verification services. Therefore, you can stay assured that your information will never be misused or end up in possession of those with malicious intent. OnPassive is days away from unveiling its in-house verification system with eKYC technology. Each person who is in OnPassive and those who come into OnPassive will have to go through this process. The charge for getting verified is $0, nothing, no charge. OnPassive will. Are you ready for this? We'll give each person who gets verified 10 O coins equaling $10 US.